Does wow, a will kwa job, yambi, bor.
Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. President Salva Kiir has relieved General Agustino Jadala Wani and appointed General Rabi Emmanuel as the new governor of Central Equatorial State. Authorities in Warab State say 11 people were killed and 24 others injured when armed youth from Mayom County in Unity State allegedly attacked a cattle camp in Tonj North County. A community in Yobo Payam of Tombra County in Western Equatorial State is urging for help as its historic school and hospital buildings from the colonial era are crumbling from neglect. This is stories and more coming to in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. President Salva Kiir has relieved General Agustino Jadala Wani and appointed General Rabi Emmanuel as the new governor of Central Equatorial State. General Jadala was appointed in May 2024, replacing his predecessor, Emmanuel Adil Anthony. Jadala previously held different positions in the government before being appointed as the governor of the new defunct Jubek state in 2015. The 61-year-old had served as Deputy Minister of Interior and Wildlife Conservation between 2013 and 2015. The new governor, General Rabi Mojung Emmanuel, was an SSPDF senior representative to the ceasefire transitional security arrangement monitoring and verification mechanism. Authorities in Warab State say 11 people were killed and 24 others injured when armed youth from Mayom County in Unity State allegedly attacked a cattle camp in Tonj North County. The deadly raid happened on Sunday at around 1 p.m. in a Chong area. Warab State Minister of Information Mamer Bath Mabok confirmed the incident to iRadio yesterday. He said the attackers targeted local youth who had recently surrendered their weapons to the government as part of the disarmament process. Mabok said the assailants also attempted to raid cattle but later returned the animals. He added that he has not yet spoken to Unity State officials but is trying to reach the State Information Minister for coordination. Authorities in Unity State have yet to respond to the incident. The attack comes as tensions remain high in both Warab and Unity States amid a disarmament exercise. Earlier this month, President Salva Kiir declared a 6-month state of emergency in both regions following a rise in tribal clashes. The South Sudan People's Defense Forces have been deployed to support this disarmament and restore peace. Cult raiding and revenge attacks continue to fuel intercommunal violence in parts of South Sudan, making security and disarmament efforts difficult. A community in Yobo Payam in Tombra County of Western Equatorial State is urgently appealing for help as its historic school and hospital buildings from the colonial era are crumbling from neglect. These vital sites include a primary school built during the era of former Sudanese President Ibrahim Aboud, a colonial era regional hospital established under the British administration, and the Mbuko Missionary Center. Once a beacon of education, this school nurtured generations of students, including many prominent intellectuals from Tombra County. Not far from its crumbling walls lies a colonial-era regional hospital established during the British administration. This institution was one of the earliest centers for treating sleeping sickness, a medical landmark that followed establishment of renowned Rangu Hospital in Yambio. This historic school, regional hospital, and the revitalizing missionary center paint a moving picture of a place rich in history, but overlooked by modern development and humanitarian attention. In a state where much attention is currently focused on conflict recovery, the quiet collapse of vital historic sites like those in Yobu risk being overlooked. However, the people of Tombra County firmly believe that saving these landmarks is not only about preserving their rich past, but fundamentally about protecting the educational and health center of their children and community. Community members are calling upon the humanitarian community, the State Minister of Education and Heritage Preservation partners to visit the area, assess the damage, and prioritize intervention. This is iRadio Morning News. On the international stage, at least 29 people have been killed in floodwaters and landslides in the Democratic Republic of Congo's capital, Kinshasa, following unusually heavy rains in a dry season. The Interior Minister there has said homes were swept away, roads were flooded, and widespread power cuts were recorded as a third of the city was affected by the downpour. DR Congo's meteorological agency Metlslat said that 90 milliliters of rain was recorded on Saturday morning, higher than on any single day during the rainy season that lasts from November to May. Experts say the heavy rains are being fueled by climate change. The consequences are devastating because of a lack of urban planning and poor drainage. Finally, the leaders of G7 nations have called for a de-escalation of hostilities in the Middle East, including a ceasefire in Gaza. In a joint statement, they also reiterated their commitment to peace and stability in the region, adding that within this context, Israel has a right to defend itself. U.S. President Donald Trump left the summit in Canada early, telling reporters, "I have to be back early for obvious reasons." His exit came as Israel and Iran attacked each other for a fifth consecutive day. This is our Radio Morning News, and to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. President Salva Kiir has relieved General Agustino Jandalawani and appointed General Rabi Emmanuel as the new governor of Central Equatorial State. Authorities in Warab State say 11 people were killed and 24 others injured when armed youth from Mayom County in Unity State allegedly attacked a cattle camp in Tonj North County. And a community in Rei Yobu Payam of Tombra County in Western Equatorial State is urgently appealing for help as its historical schools and hospital buildings from the colonial era are crumbling from neglect. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +21 925 287 870. It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iRadio.org. Stay tuned for the news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I'm Lasuba Memo. Thanks for listening.